Season 2 of The Mandalorian looks like it's going to be picking up a lot of threads from the Clone Wars and Rebels animated shows, and fortunately, all 200 plus episodes of those two series are available on Disney+, but just in case you don't have Disney+, don't want to rewatch them, or just don't want to spend the time catching up, we've got you covered. I'm Greg Elliott with Screen Rant, and here's everything from the Clone Wars and Rebels that you need to understand before Season 2 of The Mandalorian.
Ignite the blade.
The Season 1 finale of The Mandalorian ended with Moff Gideon holding the legendary Mandalorian weapon known as the Darksaber. So what's up with that? Well, the Darksaber is a one-of-a-kind blade created by Tar Vizsla, the one-time ruler of Mandalore and first ever Mandalorian Jedi over 1,000 years ago. After he died, it was kept in the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, but during the fall of the Old Republic, members of House Vizsla, believing it rightly belonged to them, attacked the temple and stole it, and it was passed down through the generations, eventually coming into the hands of Pre Vizsla, the leader of House Vizsla during the Clone Wars. But when Darth Maul killed Pre Vizsla and took command of the Mandalorian splinter group known as the Death Watch, he took the Darksaber as his own. He had it throughout the Clone Wars and even used it in combat against his old master Darth Sidious, a fight that he lost. It did eventually make its way back into Mandalorian hands though. In Star Wars Rebels, Sabine Wren found it and eventually gave it to Bo-Katan Kryze, who became Mandalore's new ruler, and prior to the Mandalorian season finale, she was its last known owner. So who is Bo-Katan? Well, introduced in the Clone Wars, she's the sister of Mandalorian's last ruler, Duchess Satine. Bo-Katan wanted Mandalore to return to its traditional warlike ways and was willing to do anything to achieve this, including overthrowing her sister. Bo-Katan and her Death Watch allies finally defeated Maul in what's known as the Siege of Mandalore, and she was appointed regent of the planet. An imperial puppet government was put into place, but she didn't like this very much and was persuaded to trigger a new civil war in Star Wars Rebels. This all culminated in the Purge of Mandalore, where the Empire launched a devastating strike on the planet. The Purge has never been shown anywhere in Star Wars, but was mentioned in the first season of The Mandalorian, and explains why so few Mandalorians are known to be alive just 5 years after Return of the Jedi, when The Mandalorian takes place. Katie Sackhoff, who voiced Bo-Katan in both the Clone Wars and Rebels, will actually be playing her in live action in The Mandalorian Season 2, and we imagine that they'll explain just exactly how Moff Gideon managed to get the Darksaber from her.
And who are you supposed to be?
I'm Ahsoka. Master Yoda sent me.
Ahsoka Tano was introduced as Anakin Skywalker's Padawan in the Clone Wars movie and is one of the most important characters in Star Wars TV. She left the Jedi Order after being wrongly accused of a crime she didn't commit, even after being offered the title of Jedi Knight. She returned to help Bo-Katan during the Siege of Mandalore and was very nearly killed when Emperor Palpatine issued Order 66. Ahsoka then became a spy and messenger for Leia's adoptive father, Senator Bail Organa, and helped establish rebel cells across the galaxy. She was last seen headed into the unknown regions after the events of Return of the Jedi to look for her friend Ezra Bridger, and considering she actually knew the one and only Yoda, we imagine she'll be very excited to meet the child. We now know that Season 2 will also feature the return of a somehow still alive Boba Fett, and it's important to keep in mind that Boba is not actually a Mandalorian. While Din was adopted by the Mandalorians as a kid, a Season 2 episode of the Clone Wars revealed that Jango Fett was just a common bounty hunter who apparently stole his armor from a real Mandalorian. And since Boba is just a clone of his dad, that means that he's technically not one either, and that's something that'll probably come up at some point in Season 2. And there you have it, everything you need to know from the animated shows before Season 2 of The Mandalorian drops this October. Let us know if you have any more questions, and we'll definitely keep you posted on anything else we find out before Season 2 airs. Thanks for watching Screen Rant, I'm Greg Elliott, and I have spoken.